Because I'm pretty sure we've talked about musicals before on this, but yeah, I know.
Now we're in what 51 episodes in.
Yeah,
I don't remember what we talk about. Hell has no memory.
Yeah. Now we have an excuse to forget what we talk about. You forget what you talked about in the last episode of Nerd-A-Lot.
Nerd-A-Lot's dead.
Yeah,
I have declared an indefinite hiatus. I'm thinking it's going to be probably 2 or 3 years before we record significantly again. Because I'm going to have to wait till both of his kids are in school.
How old are his kids now?
I think, well, his oldest, he doesn't have. She's 9. But that's
That's with the first wife?
Yeah. And then his other 2 are 5. And she just turned 5. So she'll start kindergarten next year. And then the other one is 3. But the other one's special needs.
Oh, that's the one that's going around tearing everything up, and
she is a holy terror. She's 3. She's totally nonverbal.
Needs a lot of structure and help.
Yeah. She was going to a special education.
And then got kicked out of that.
Well, I don't know if they kicked her out. I think they just we don't believe this is the best for her right now. Whatever. They
kicked her out. I'm sorry, but yeah, she got kicked out. But no, that's the thing. Especially if we start doing it on Wednesdays, before you go to work, I think we can actually get an actual constant stream now. So yeah, we'll rotate about whatever one.
Well, then I don't know when. I'll do probably not until next summer. I'm gonna do a podcast with my kids and my nephew. We'll call it the Squires of Nerd-A-Lot. Because he desperately wants to do a podcast with me.
My
nephew.
How old's your nephew?
He's 12. He'll be 13 here soon, and he's the biggest nerd you'll ever meet as a 12-year-old. He listens to podcasts and stuff like that.
Does he listen to our stuff?
No.
Okay, good.
No, because he very much does not listen to anything or watch anything with curse words in it. And he's asked me, he's like, you all cuss in your podcast? I'm like, yeah, we cuss sometimes. Oh, I won't listen to it then.
Why?
Okay. That's just how he's been brought up. Sister does not cuss around her children whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I do all the time.
I curse in front of them all the time, and her.
Well, and Oliver asked me the other day. I said piss or something like that, or he said piss. That's what it was. He said Hallie pissed on the couch. I'm like, Bubby, I'm over here. He was like, it's because I said piss. I'm like, yes, it's because you said piss. He's like, well, why can't I say cuss words? I'm like,
you're not old enough.
You're not an adult yet. Saying cuss words is a grown-up thing. Driving a car and having a job is a grown-up thing.
When you turn 16.
I don't know about that. Probably when he's 14, I'll just let him cuss up a storm. So that's about when I started really cussing.
Yeah. About middle school.
Yeah. Well, because we were brought up that way. We didn't cuss. I never heard my parents cuss. My grandma cussed, and we thought it was hilarious.
They didn't cuss until they were extremely mad.
Now, see, my dad would, if he was working on the car and he got really pissed off and he hurt his hand or something, he'd say, damn it, fuck. And then oh, Daddy, I said shoot. I said darn.
No, not with ours. No, that's the thing. If Dad got pissed, it was I don't give a flying rat's ass or anything like that. That's the thing. Mom rarely cussed, but Dad, when he was pissed or something like that. But
no, my parents never.
But also with for me, especially in the CK area, the kids and stuff, we cussed because it was. That's we got in trouble for it.
No, see, and the elementary school I went to, nobody cussed there when I was in elementary school. And then even when I went to Beverly Hills, which was like the Richie kids, even though I was a poor kid, in the 6th grade, not a lot. You didn't hear that a lot. And then in the 7th grade, we moved, and I went to West Middle School. And them West End kids don't give a flying fuck. You can't call somebody a butthead at West Middle School. I had to step up my profanity game significantly.
So I could survive.
Yes. I still don't cuss around my dad, though. Or his side of the family. It's like my brain switches into... Because I will say every cuss word, goddamn, fuck, horseshit. I love cuss words. They're so much fun. Fuck is like my favorite word.
It's so diverse.
It is. It's the most wonderful word. Because when you add it to anything, it just like pops off to the
and you can understand
degree.
it.
Yes.
And that's the thing. You can understand like what diverse, like the tone with it, like depending on what the tone of the fuck. It's like you know, like it's just like fuck.
Because it's like you can say I'm tired. Okay, you're tired. You're fucking tired. You're really tired. It just pushes everything over the edge. It cranks everything up to 11 out of 11.
You guys haven't seen Asa, have you?
Nope. What was I gonna say?
You were how fuck adds to it's a
Yes.
sentence enhancer.
It is. It is the perfect enhancement. But I had a teacher in high school, and she was the history world history and sociology, and I had her for both, and I loved her to death. She was this little old lady named Miss Myers. She died a couple of years ago, sadly. She was really, really funny and really animated and everything. I mean, I was taking this lady every year. Like, you've already had world history. I don't care. I want her again. But she maintained. She was like, you can say anything you want in my classroom. You can cuss, say whatever you want. Providing two things. She said, one, I do not want to hear you tell somebody else to shut up. She's like, that is intolerable. She's like, you can't demand that somebody else not express how they feel. She's like, I won't stand for that. And two, she's like, if you're going to say a cuss word, make it mean something. Do it when it's necessary. She said, she's like, you kids, it's just F this and F that and F. And she's like, that's such a wonderful, descriptive word. Use it when it's necessary. And somebody was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, if you stubbed your toe, just say darn it. Oh, darn. You just stubbed your toe. It's not a big deal. You don't have to go this table or this chair and I stubbed my toe. She's like, but if you're sitting there and the ceiling falls on your head, that's the time to say, fuck. I'm like, I like it, but I'm going to say fuck all the time anyways.
There was that's very similar to my English teacher, Miss Diamond, from high school. God bless Miss Diamond. I love this woman to death. Like, little old lady, cane and everything else. She smacked me with her cane one time because of this. Have I told you about the Merry Christmas story? I'm pretty sure I've told you this story multiple times.
Maybe?
So, it was back when we had, like, 2009, 2010, when we had that huge snowstorm. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, it was for, like, probably, like, everybody was snowed in for almost a month, 2 months straight. If you remember that.
Not about 2 months.
Oh, it was for us. But also, I lived out, like out in...
You lived out in BFE.
Yeah. So, especially down in Spring Valley and stuff. So, it was around Christmas time, and this was also around the same time we had the Polish Air Force crash.
Polish Air Force.
That I'll explain that one here in a minute too.
Hold on. No. We're stopping at Polish Air Force. What?
Okay. So the Polish Air Force crash is the code name for the crash we had, where these Polish people were flying their plane in the middle of that snowstorm.
Yeah.
They were using a road map to navigate to try to find themselves to the tri-state airport. And
were they in like a World War I biplane?
Let me finish. So they were trying to they were in a little passenger plane, about 6 people.
Radio does exist. That's for a while.
That's the thing. They were having radio problems, and every time when they were having communication problems. But the thing was, they would always bypass the airport over top of it and try to turn around because they were using a fucking road map instead of an air map. So what they ended up doing. So they ended the big electric towers that go across the U.S. and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The huge ones on top of mountains.
Yeah.
They crashed into that.
Did they die?
Let me finish the fucking story, Heath. so they were flying. The plane ends up crashing into it, wrapping the one of the propellers wrapped around the against the wire, and it slingshotted straight into the mountain.
I thought you were going to say straight into the airport. They're like, "Yay, we landed!"
Straight into the mountain. And the next day, well, there was no survivors. The next day,
one would think, yeah.
We were out there, getting because that's the thing, because where it was because where the people were Polish. This was an international incident. The CIA shows up, the FBI shows up, the Pentagon shows up. Because where they were foreign citizens and they die on U.S. soil, everybody has to investigate. Because this was a plane crash in the middle of this thing. So I'm over there doing salvaging, picking up brains, body parts, picking up all their clothes.
The road map?
Found the road map. Also, we ended up getting we ended up having to get the plane off the hill because it almost hit a house. And we got it done within a day. And all the FBI, CIA, and Pentagon, and all the people coming down said, "You guys are the most professional people we have ever had to deal with. You are better than the city people." And it's because they said we need this engine in the black box. We found the black box eventually, but they said we need this engine off the mountain because we had to take it back today. And it's okay, we just put it in a stoked basket and sled it down the hill with a pulley system.
I have never heard that story.
Interesting. I never heard that.
Yeah, so that was the Polish Air Force crash.
Jeez.
I'm pretty sure I've told you that one.
I have never heard that.
It's been years ago, but I've told you guys. I'm pretty sure I've told you guys that one back when we were at First Street. But anyway, so
Dude, how long ago was that?
yeah, it's been about
Y'all been going longer than I have.
8 years. Especially for me, it's been about 7.
You've been gone
7 to 8 years.
I've been gone 6.5.
Yeah, so
First Street.
yeah, so after the snows and everything settled around Christmas time, I walk over to the high school and I carve "Merry Christmas" from me.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah, and with my boots. And then when school comes back in session, Miss Diamond reads it all, and they're just like, it's who was the one who wrote that message out there? Tucker, and my little brother had her class, and they're just like, that was him, Miss Diamond. It was my brother. It's Mr. Cottle, come here, please. And it's yes, Miss Diamond. Smacks me up the side of the head with a cane. Do you understand what you did out there? I said, well, I hope I put Merry Christmas out there. I said, are you aware you used an A instead of an E? And I said, well, I do now, Miss Diamond, but I don't know if you realize, but that was a Wayne County A. So it's a Merry Christmas. So then later that day, she presented me with the Dum Dum Award. I still have that Dum Dum Award to this day.
You got the Lifetime Achievement.
I got the Lifetime Achievement Award from Miss Diamond. And when I had to intern for her, for Spring Valley for technical classes and stuff, I'd always make a little time to go down there to Miss Diamond and sit with her in her class just to talk to her for about 10 minutes.
See, I think this is just part of your long history of coddlisms. Like you get close, but not quite.